Hello, my name's Don. I'm selling my 1997 Daihatsu Hijet Super Jumbo. Yeah, I doubt if you've ever seen one of these. They're pretty rare. There's only a couple more in the country that I know of that are seen on the internet. But anyway, let's go over a few things and I'll show you what's going on with this truck. I bought this truck in June of last year from a dealer in North Carolina. There's a little door ding here. It's hard to see because I'm on the other side of the sun, but it's nothing real major. So a little scratch there. The tires are brand new, about 700 miles. They're 4-ply, so they ride a little smoother than the 6-ply truck tires that I have in the bed that came with the truck, which these are only a couple, 3 years old. Those are 6-ply truck tires. All right, moving around. Excuse me. Let's see, there's a few little shopping cart dings here. Not to coin a phrase. A couple little chips in the paint. A little bit of surface rust in the bed. Nothing to really write home about. This truck, as you can see, it's got the twin cam 12 valve engine, which is also not as common. It's not really rare, but it's just not as common on the regular trucks. The great thing about this engine is it's still carbureted, but it doesn't have a distributor. So it has direct ignition as far as the coil on plug. It has three spark plug coils that sit directly on top of the spark plug. So there is no distributor, no spark plug wires, no points or anything like that. So maintenance wise, it's much easier to deal with. The timing's all controlled by the computer. It's just way more maintenance free. This box I added, bought it from Japan. That's genuine Daihatsu. But as you can see, there is very few flaws on the body. Little teeny little scratch right there. The mirrors I purchased from Japan also. The ones that were on it when I got it would flip backwards at about 20 miles an hour, which made it difficult to drive. So got those, put those on. There's a few little scratches. The front bumper, the previous owner tried to kind of repaint it, I think. The headlights are brand new, both of them. They're still halogen. I know a lot of people like to put LEDs, which you could still do. The rings are brand new, and the springs that hold the retainers in the back are all brand new. All genuine Daihatsu parts. The person that owned this in Japan was actually a house painter. There was some ghost imaging on the panel on both sides here, you can see. So this truck spent its whole life in town, driving around on paved streets, not in a rice paddy or on a farm, busting around over mud and rocks and everything. But the spare tire is good. It's older than all the other tires, of course. I've got the jack. The handle did not come with it, so I ordered one of those. Also from Japan. It's inside the truck. It's original stuff. Main reason I'm selling this vehicle is I'm in the middle of research, doing a project on K trucks for the new owners, how to purchase and source and how to check to see if you're getting a good vehicle. And so I'm selling this one, moving on to another manufacturer. Hopefully I'll be able to own 3 or 4 different ones. See how that turns out. Also, as you see the brand new tires here, the front brakes were replaced. They were worn pretty low, and the struts were removed, and I greased the top bearing where it pivots on top of the strut mount. Those have a tendency to go dry, either squeak or just wear out. So those were all pulled completely apart, springs removed, and re-greased. I did that all myself. I have all the documentation. I pretty much document everything I do to all my vehicles with my cell phone with photographs, just so I can remember what I did and show others if I ever sell the vehicle. All right, so let's look inside. It's in very good shape. It's definitely not perfect, but you can see there's little splotches of house paint all throughout the inside of the truck. It's not real bad, but it's noticeable in a couple places. But overall, the interior is in excellent condition. The seats have no rips, no tears. It's just in marvelous shape. And the great thing about this truck is the area behind the seat, which allows you to do that, which you cannot do in any other mini truck. Even the regular jumbos only have about 4 inches behind there. So if you're a larger person, tall, carrying a few pounds, maybe, not to throw anyone under a bus, but this is a great truck if you have trouble fitting in the other trucks. Let's look at the back here. There's an engine cover underneath the carpet. The carpet's not affixed permanently. It pulls right up. So that's the other access to the engine, which actually, another great thing about this truck is if you have the engine cover off and you can pull both of the seats out. It's only 4 bolts each seat. To pull it out takes about 5 minutes. You have total access to all of the engine all at once, which with the other truck, the other rear access panel would be outside and the 2 seats would be out, but you'd be having to go back and forth, which this is great. Which leads into, let's open this engine bay up. You can see, can't get to a whole lot up here, but pretty much all the necessities. The engine oil dipsticks, the little orange thing down there. And what I did to this when I first got it, being it's 25 years old, even though it's got low miles, I replaced the timing belt, water pump, the tensioner for the timing belt, and the cam and crank seals, just as a matter of maintenance. And also all these belts are new as well. So now it's got new 5-year antifreeze in it, synthetic oil, new air filter, just back down there. I can't really see it, but so all the maintenance has been done on this. The transmission, the automatic, fluid's been replaced. The differential fluid in the back has been changed. So this truck is ready to go with pretty much hands off, other than just changing the oil, for a lot of miles. Speaking of miles, we're looking at 66,640 kilometers, which is 41,408 miles, which is very low miles. You can see there's air conditioning. The econ mode is kind of odd. The compressor cycles on and off way more frequently in that mode, which gets kind of annoying. But it's supposed to save you gas. There's that. This little unit here, got my garage door opener. The mats are in great shape. It's very clean. Headliner is in good shape. So overall, it's just really clean and in nice shape. So we'll give it a start. It's cold, so the idle will be high, which that was an issue when I first bought this truck. The idle was all out of whack, and it took me a while to figure it out. I had to reroute some of the vacuum lines that were installed incorrectly, I guess, from Daihatsu in the beginning at the factory. But my GPS speedometer makes driving a lot easier. You have to do math while you're driving to figure out how fast you're going. That's an LED bulb in that. I use quite a few LED bulbs in the turn signals and brake lights. But it runs great. It runs really nice, around 50 miles an hour, 55. It'll go faster. I've had it probably close to 65, but it's not real happy there. It's screaming pretty loud. None of these K trucks are really designed for that. I see lots of people saying they can drive around for hours at 65. I wouldn't recommend it. That's like driving your Chevrolet pickup in low 2 at 75 miles an hour and listen to that engine scream. You know that's not going to be good for that truck, and it's really not good for these trucks either. You know, the speed limit in Japan is for K vehicles is 50 kilometers, and that's kind of where they're designed to operate at. But and this being two-wheel drive, the gearing's a little different, so it is able to have a little higher top speed, and the engine doesn't turn as many RPMs. So that's another plus of having a four-wheel or a two-wheel drive as opposed to a four-wheel drive. And I don't know if I mentioned that this is two-wheel drive. And being two-wheel drive, it does not have any CV joints in it. So that's a plus. One other thing I did to this truck was put a new fuel pump in and all the rubber lines in the back. The other pump was getting weak. The truck would stall sometimes. Never left me stranded anywhere, but it came close a couple times, so it took me a minute, but I figured out the fuel pump was just not pumping out enough volume. So I put a new pump in it. It works great. I've had no problems since then. This truck has been 100% reliable as far as getting me to work every day. The AC works great, and the heat will melt you out of the cab. I'm asking $10,200, and for this rare of a model truck, that's really is pretty much a firm price, and it's a good price for the condition of this vehicle. And it does have a clear South Carolina title, insurance. I use USAA. It's like $400 a year. Haggerty will give you insurance about the same price. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for looking.